In this video, the master instructors from Best Incorporated will demonstrate the procedure for installing a bottom thermal plane termination component, more commonly known as a DPAK. A decawatt package, or DPAK, is a semiconductor used in place of similar high-powered, through-hole mounted components. Note the large thermal plane on the bottom of the component. As with all surface mount installation procedures, the first step is to thoroughly clean the mounting site with an appropriate solvent and a stiff bristled brush. Wipe the area dry with a lint-free cloth. After cleaning, apply flux to the large thermal pad on the circuit board. Using the size of the thermal pad as a guide, place solder wire on the pad approximately equal to the length or width of the pad. This is called bumping the pad. Once again, clean the area to remove any flux residues or other contaminants which may prevent the formation of a reliable solder connection. Apply flux again and then align the component. While some misalignment is allowed, it's always best practice to carefully align the part so that the component is aligned with the center of the lands. Select a large thermal mass iron that will quickly and efficiently transfer heat to all the surfaces to be soldered. Create a heat bridge by applying a small amount of solder to the soldering iron. Gently hold the component in place by either gently applying tweezers to the top of the component or by gripping the component by the edges. In either case, do not apply downward pressure on the component. Allow the weight of the component to settle the device into the molten solder. Contact the thermal tab of the component and the circuit board land with the soldering iron. Solder flows toward heated surfaces, so it's critical to heat both the board land and the thermal plane for a proper soldered connection. With a large thermal mass component like the DPAK, it may take a few moments for the solder to flow completely under the component. Be patient until the full solder melt has been observed all the way around the component and land. When full reflow of all the solder has been observed, remove the soldering iron. Continue to gently hold the component in place until all of the visible solder has cooled and solidified. Reorient the board as needed, then select a soldering iron tip appropriate to the size and thermal mass of the remaining leads. A good rule of thumb is to match the size of a cooled soldering iron tip to the size of the lead to which solder will be applied. Apply flux to the leads and the lands. Place solder wire across the width of the land and then touch the solder, the lead, and the land with the heated soldering iron tip. Be sure to apply enough solder for a full flow of solder to the heel and sides of the component lead. Allow the assembly to cool before cleaning with the appropriate solvent and then wipe the area dry with a lint-free cloth. Inspect the assembly according to the IPCA 610 Acceptability of Electronic Assemblies Standard document. The IPCA 610 groups electronic assemblies into three classes. These classes are based on the intended end-use environment for the assembly. Class 1, General Electronic Products, are those where the major requirement is that the assembly is functional. Class 2, Dedicated Service Products, are assemblies where continued performance and extended life are desired but not critical. Typically, the end-use environment would not cause failures. Class 3, High Performance or Harsh Environment Products, are assemblies in which high performance and performance on demand are critical. Downtime cannot be tolerated, or the extreme environment may be uncommonly harsh. According to the IPCA 610, on a Class 3 assembly, a component must have less than 25% of the thermal plane overhanging the side of the land. On the component used in this demonstration, the remaining leads are flat gullwing-shaped leads. The criteria for flat gullwing-shaped leads will apply. These may have no more than 25% or 0.5 millimeters of each lead off to the side of a land. For gullwing leads that have a foot length that is less than 3 times the width of the lead, 100% of the lead must be soldered along the side of each land. The connection at the heel of the lead, the heel fillet, must be at least 75% the width of the lead and must climb up the lead to a point at least equal to the thickness of the lead foot. As a maximum, the solder may flow up to the bend of the knee of the lead, but solder may not touch the body of the component or the lead seal. The thermal plane must show evidence of solder along the side of the component, and in all cases, all of the thermal plane that is in contact with the land must be soldered along the width of the thermal tab. It is not required that the solder wets to the trimmed sides of the component thermal pad or any area that is not designed to be solderable. Visit and follow us on our YouTube channel, Soldering Geek, for more videos. For training classes, supplies, and more, visit our website, www.solder.net.